Hey, everybody, welcome to Dr. Paul's Medical Minute. What are we going to talk about? We're going to give you five top diets in America and give you the skinny of what's good, what's bad, and what you really should consider. Okay, so without further ado, let's just jump into it. The first diet is the low carb diet, very popular. And what happens is that if you're going to follow this diet, you won't be eating any breads, fruits, pasta, oatmeal. So what happens when you do that? Well, if you don't have fruit, and you're going to start losing magnesium and potassium, and that definitely cause leg cramps at night. And without all those pastas and good veggies, you're going to start losing a lot of fibers, and that causes chronic constipation, which will not be nice. Long-term wise, because low carb means high protein, which means that you are eating a whole lot of animal protein, okay? And animal protein has definitely shown to cause chronic liver disease and chronic kidney disease, especially fatty liver. And the extra fat in the animal are usually full of bad cholesterol, which increases your heart disease and your stroke rate. So does it work? Yes. Does it make you lose weight short term for 3 months? Yes. But will you continue long term? No, because it's not safe. Okay. The second one I want to touch base upon, I'm not going to spend much time, is the gluten-free diet because that's fallen out of favor. No Americans like a diet without bread, pasta, and cereal. Okay, that's just un-American. So with that in mind, people who says gluten-free makes me feel better, so I'm going to buy refined flour, which is fine, but it is highly processed. And highly processed foods, number one, more expensive. Number two, high in salt, high in fat, and over time you actually don't really lose that much weight. So short-term wise, it works, and it definitely works if you do your own gluten-free cooking, but long-term it does not. The third diet is intermittent fasting, darling of our current weight loss uh, options. And intermittent fasting basically means you eat everything in 8 hours and you have a 16-hour fast. So that means that most people either skip breakfast or lunch and have a heavier dinner and stop after that. So what happens when you do that? Well, what happens is that you actually do lose weight because you don't eat as much within the 8 hours, and then your sugar will be better controlled. The problem is that you're hungry all the time, you have a headache, you are lightheaded, you're irritable, and because you don't drink enough water throughout the day and your body switch to fat burning mode, you actually have bad breath, which is quite common in intermittent fasting endeavor. So now look at this carefully. American Heart Association says long-term wise, you are twice as likely to die of cardiovascular disease, otherwise heart attack or stroke. So it's definitely is not safe long-term. It is great short-term to get you started, get you lose weight for the first 3 months. After that, please find a sustainable diet that you could follow long-term. Now, vegan diet always works. Everybody knows that because you're not eating any animal meat, from meat to poultry to seafood, nada, zip, none, including eggs. Otherwise, you'll be eating lots of veggies and nuts and seeds and whole grains, which is all good for you. The problem is that without animal meat, you are going to be deficient in B12, vitamin D, iron, and that has to be checked by a doctor closely, off and on, and stay on supplements. Your blood protein will actually drop because you really can't keep up with that animal protein. So over time, you develop a protein malnutrition. The problem with vegan diet, that is a good diet, but it takes a long time to make it. And so a lot of people cheat it again and just buy ready-made vegan food, which is highly processed, high in salt and fat, and you go backwards in your diet and your health. So not only is it expensive, you also need to see a doctor more often. You have to have blood works. And I do not think that is good unless you know how to cook vegan by yourself. the last diet is the important one, and that's the Mediterranean diet. It takes a vegan diet that I showed you before, and then they let you eat poultry, seafood, and dairy. So that gets rid of all the issues that the vegan people are dealing with before in terms of their vitamin deficiencies and stuff. And it tells you not to eat a lot of red meat and sweets. And if you actually follow that closely, you actually do well. How good will you do? Well, let me show you. You definitely have less incidence of heart disease and stroke, and your incidence of diabetes and blood pressure, it's very low. You have better weight management and slow weight loss. And you actually this is actually anti-inflammatory, so it is brain healthy, so it delays your Alzheimer's disease, and it makes you live longer and healthier. So this is actually the best diet for long-term use for everyone. Okay, so those are the 5 diets I want to talk to you about, of which they all work and they all help you lose weight in the first 3 months or so. After that, majority of those are not as healthy as the vegan diet or the Mediterranean diet. I strongly suggest that you look at those carefully, and the best data on how to eat healthy and stay healthy and live a long life and prosper is the Mediterranean diet. So Google that carefully, and hopefully you will stay on it. If you like what you hear today, please give me a thumbs up and recommend this to your family and friends. Next week, we're going to talk about portion control. So we're actually going to start teaching you all how to get yourself with a lifestyle change so that you can decrease your weight gain, if not actual weight loss, and or at least a weight maintenance. So thank you for coming today and join us, and we will talk to you again next week.